Well, it finally happened. The Lakers finally trade D'Angelo Russell in a pretty blockbuster trade, sending him back to the Brooklyn Nets, the team that really was just a vibe when he's in that team.
Tryna be crack, yeah, they tryna be crack. Yeah, she wanted me cut it. That bitch is a baby. I'm a fucking house.
I don't know if you guys remember, but bro, that team, they were just dancing all the time on the sideline, doing all that kind of stuff, man. That team was just, they were litty. I can remember seeing it on my phone when I got the message that the Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks, which is good because the Lakers still have a decent amount of their picks. But they, in return, got Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. As y'all know, many people have been saying this, and we know Dorian Finney-Smith is a really great basketball player. He's had a really good NBA career. He's 31 years old, and he is what you want in today's NBA, and he can practically fit on any NBA team simply due to the fact that he is a 3-and-D player. What makes him so valuable in that way is that he can also guard 4s and 5s, and he's done that a lot already this season for the Brooklyn Nets. And, adding him to this Lakers team, man, especially if Jared Vanderbilt, he actually comes back and he's healthy, it can have some defensive lineups with these two especially. That's really it because, as I said, Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a very versatile defender, and Jared Vanderbilt is also a very versatile defender who can guards pretty solid. Granted, he can't shoot, but still, he's a very, very capable defender. But adding Dorian Finney-Smith to this team is going to unlock many more lineups that this Lakers team can now have with having him on this team because he fits pretty much any type of lineup. You can go big with him, you can go small with him. It's many things you can do. That was really the highlight of this trade. And of course, adding Shake Milton, who actually, when he was on the 76ers, now he was having some really good games during his time with the 76ers. He's actually a really capable scorer. He's kind of had some up and down NBA seasons recently. But, he's a guy who as well shot 38% from 3. He's a really great ball handler, facilitator. I think he can be a really great addition to this Lakers team in their second unit, or however JJ decides to use him. So from their perspective alone for the Lakers, this is a win-win trade in my opinion because they get better. And yeah, this is not, a trade where they're getting De'Aaron Fox or anything like that. But as I mentioned earlier, they still have their first-round draft picks, and they can still utilize those picks as well to eventually get somebody possibly better down the line if they wanted to. But the thing is the key to really winning these NBA games now, especially winning championships, it's not about going out and getting these star players, because as we all know, with these new CBA rules and how the league is going, it's really impossible now to really build teams in that structure. So the key really now is to have teams to really have great depth on them and guys who are capable of doing different things. And that's what you really need to win an NBA championship. Just having that one specific role player can change everything for your team now. Looking at this, though, as well, from the perspective of the Brooklyn Nets, I don't really know if they're going to keep D'Angelo Russell or they're going to buy him out. But overall, though, this is still, in my opinion, for them, a really solid trade because they are now loaded with multiple draft picks. And they're really kind of taking their route like the Oklahoma City Thunder. But, hopefully they draft well and just try to really rebuild this team. And obviously their goal is to trade away most of their guys because they're not trying to go out and win every game. They want to get a Cooper Flag type of player. They really are just trying to rebuild this team. Really wouldn't be surprised if we see some more trades happen possibly for them and they trade away some more guys. But I think overall for them, I will give them a B+ in this trade, just only due to the fact that they didn't necessarily get any young player or anything like that in return, but more so they got draft capital and that they have multiple picks now for their future. I think they have like 30-something picks. And now going back though to the perspective of the Lakers. Now, look, D'Angelo Russell, he was a pretty mediocre player for the Lakers this season. They had him coming off the bench. He was their 6th man, and I think a lot of that really now has to do with the fact that Austin Reaves has really just taken the reins for this Lakers team pretty much as one of their primary ball handlers. Into silverscreenandroll.com, in the last 7 games as the main backcourt shot creator, Reaves is averaging 20.3 points, 7.4 assists, and he's shooting 59.5% true shooting rating. If you saw really just during that stretch as well, man, he's had some really, really good games. He has triple-double. He hit that game winner on Golden State. I mean, he's really just stepped up his game even more. According yet again to silverstreamroll.com, before Russell's moved to the bench, Reaves posted his usage percentage of 22.3% and an assist rate of 21.1%. Since then, his usage rates has jumped up 3.3% and his assist numbers have jumped up to 8.6%, which is a really big increase. The reason why we see such an increase in his numbers is simply to the fact that Reaves is just really getting the ball more in his hands now. But, you know, he's not perfect. He still has some weaknesses in his game. Actually, it is in a shooting slump. And now that you don't really have D'Angelo Russell as a guy who can really just back you up as another primary ball handler, it's going to be even more at stake if Reaves has a really bad shooting night, because he has the ball in his hands predominantly more. And of course, you still have LeBron at the end of the day, but I believe that this is where D'Angelo Russell will be missed in that way on this team. Fans wanted D'Angelo Russell gone now for a while, and they finally get their wish. But now, not having him on this team, you know, it's going to really be some adjustments, but I believe that the Lakers are really going to be still really solid. Necessarily think that this trade makes the Lakers a contender, like the best team obviously in the Western Conference, because they're just not quite there yet. But this definitely is one step in the right direction. If everybody can really get healthy on this team and they all just really get that chemistry right and everything, this is a really good basketball team, man. You know, on paper, they have a really good roster. And you look at the development as well of Max Christie this season. Ever since entering him into the starting lineup, the Lakers have gotten even better. So it's really good to see younger players like him develop, and seeing Dalton Connect play really well too. And you still have Rui Hachimura on this team. Of course, your two stars in AD and LeBron. This team is really solid on paper. Adding more shooting to the team, which is something they desperately need. And if they can just continue to go out and probably make one more move on another, you know, bench player or something like that, they can really turn things around even more for this franchise. So that's all I really have to say today for the Lakers. Great trade. I think overall, Dorian Finney-Smith is going to help out in many ways, offensively speaking, from three, and of course on the defensive end of the basketball court, which is something they desperately need because they're one of the more lower tier defensive teams this season. But I think, man, like I said, this is going to be interesting. So we shall see how it goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a great day. Peace.